Welcome to the next episode of our Marella Voyager vlog series. In this episode, we reach our first Italian port. We show you more food venues, including another specialty restaurant, and we meet Boyzlife.
Right then.
Right then.
So we have arrived in Civitavecchia. Civitavecchia.
Civitavecchia.
Yes. It's the gateway to Rome, basically. It's an Italian port. Rome's about an hour away, isn't it?
Yes, I like it how Civitavecchia
yes.
is a bit like Southampton, as in they say Southampton, and anybody who's not from England, they put in brackets
yes, London.
Well, Civitavecchia
yes.
is about as close to Rome as Southampton is to London, so it's a good hour away.
Yeah.
So really, what would I would say about doing things yourself, excursion-wise, I certainly wouldn't want to be risking doing a self-propelled excursion.
No, we wouldn't, but some people do. Some people like going on the train.
Because obviously, if you're delayed coming back, you get to wave us off.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
yes.
With Rome, so we decided, we've been to Rome, fantastic city, isn't it?
It was.
But we decided to stay on the ship today because we thought, let's do a little bit of our, get some of our work done and do some tours of the ship. So we had of course everyone gets off, don't they, which is lovely. So let's show you around a few of the venues on the ship that are nice and quiet when nobody's in them.
Let's show you a little bit of Deck 5. This is the home of Guest Relations, which is open 24 hours a day, and during our cruise were very helpful indeed. There's also Destination Experiences, which is open from 7:15 until 10:30 in the morning and 5 till 8 in the evening. There's the small but very pretty atrium, and it's also the home of the specialty restaurant Silver Fork, which we'll be talking about in a later episode.
Right then, so the first time we've actually seen an escalator on a ship. Ooh, but we're not going that way, we're going to the theatre.
Now up to Deck 6, where you'll find the lower entrance to the Broadway show lounge. The Broadway show lounge is set over 2 decks and seats 900 people in sofa-style seating. Each row has small tables giving you somewhere to put your drinks, and as all Marella cruises are all-inclusive, there are tables just inside the theatre doors with a selection of wines, beers, cocktails and soft drinks for you to enjoy during the show. Also on Deck 6 you'll find the cinema and the cruise holiday shop. And if you want to stay in touch with the outside world while you're on your cruise, this was the prices of the Wi-Fi.
So after having a good mooch around the ship, we were hungry, weren't we? Because we hadn't had breakfast.
And in our quest to try and eat at every venue, we lunched at Nonna's.
Yes.
Which again, all included in your cruise fare. No booking required, and especially on a lunchtime, we went there and there was about 4 people in there because obviously lots of people were at Civitavecchia going to Rome. And what you do is, we went to Nonna's on Explorer 2. And whether it's still the same on Explorer 2, I don't know, but it seemed more comprehensive. You could build your own pizzas, build your own pastas. that might still be the case in Nonna's in the evening, I don't know. So what I'll do, I'll poke my head in there later just to see if it's the same menu. But after further investigation, the nighttime menu is indeed much more comprehensive than the lunchtime one, which we're about to talk about. And a special thanks go out to Johnny and Will, who sent me a photo of this menu, as I forgot to take one. But the lunchtime menu is the choice of 3 pizzas, which is a vegetarian one,
Yeah.
a meatball one, and a pepperoni one. But when we say the pizzas are about this big,
Yeah.
which is not a complaint because it's
Plenty.
It's plenty. They're small but perfectly formed. And in the purposes of obviously trying to find out what the food's like, I had a meatball one and a pepperoni one.
did.
And Carole had spaghetti bolognese.
I did.
And what they do is they take your order and you can sit down or do whatever you like, or they give you a pager.
Yeah.
And because it's right next door to the summer house, we popped in there, we had a little chat to a couple of people we've met, got a drink, and then the buzzer went off and we sit down and there's your food, and it was
great.
It was
the spaghetti bolognese was superb, and there are other pasta selections as you'll see from the menu here, and it was just fabulous. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Great for a lunch.
Yeah, it did exactly what it said on the tin.
It did. The other thing, actually, you can, just thinking about Nonna's, is if you wanted, say, one of you wanted pizza and one of you wanted something from Abula's, then you could do that and you could just sit together.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You don't have to, because you picked that food from that little restaurant there, it doesn't mean you have to eat it there.
No, and also it's just the other side of the kitchens.
Yes.
Which obviously is the multi-venue, but it's
food
not
hall.
A food hall. Yeah, it's not a buffet. It's a food hall where they serve
buffet.
You can get food in there and take out to Nonna's. You can get food from Nonna's and take it to there. You can do whatever
you can, and it's
want.
lovely. So
it's great idea.
whatever your tastes are, they will be
catered for.
They'll be catered for.
See what I did there?
Yes.
Catered. Yes. As I'm sure you're aware, one of us is legendary for losing things or leaving things behind, and one of us is legendary for blaming that person. But today, the shoe was on the other foot, as Mrs. Morgan Slater lost her cherished notebook that she's got her cruise ramblings.
Yes, all my ramblings.
Well, you've sort of spoiled the surprise now, because I said you'd lost it and you just showed it. So,
I know, my precious book.
She got his I lost the precious.
Yeah, I did. I woke up and I thought...
You'd have thought she'd have lost £1 million.
No, I woke up and I thought, oh, I'll just write that notes about in my little book, because I just write notes as we're going along, so that when I get to put all the vlogs together, I've got all the details and just little things.
I call it the ramblings of a madwoman.
Yes.
And when you seen the state she got in, we were.
And I was like, where's my book?
We were under the bed. We were taking curtains off poles, knocking on people's doors.
No,
we were going door to door. Have you seen this book? Well, scarily, somebody said to us, well, you should have took a picture of it and you could have showed people that. And I thought, oh my God, this is a book which cost about £50.
No, but it's the information inside is priceless.
So we retraced all our steps.
Yeah, went to the electric room, went to
the summer house at the back, went here, went there. Well, when we went to Flutes, Flutes is only open at a certain time, and then right through into the night.
Yeah.
So when we went to Flutes, there was nobody in there. So later on in the evening, Carole said, I'm just going to pop back. Oh, we went to reception 5 times as well.
Yeah.
Just on the off chance.
And they're like, no.
Oh, and this.
But they've got lots of things, loads of sunglasses.
But this bloke is like, talk about get your hopes up. So on about the 5th time we went to reception, Carole said, oh, I don't suppose you've had a notebook handed in, have you? And the guy behind the desk said, is it blue?
And I'm like, oh.
He's like, oh my God, this is it. And then he pulled all these drawers out, 700 pairs of sunglasses, 1 flip-flop for some reason, doing all this stuff. And then it's like, no, nobody's getting that. And I thought, why did he ask if it was blue? So then we carried on, and as we were walking past Flutes, like I said in the earlier bit, it's 2 levels, but the bar is downstairs. Carole said, I'm just going to nip down there just to ask him. And so I just stayed upstairs, and I don't suppose you've had a notebook handed in, have you? And
he gave me this big grin.
And the guy said, is it this one? Oh my God, it was like we'd won the lottery.
So the trauma was over the day. So thank you so much, the lovely man in Flutes.
We were very remiss, and we haven't told you this yet. when Carole got you get the programme in your cabin a day early.
Cruise news,
the cruise news a day early, so it gives you the opportunity to plan your day, which we've told you many times in the past. Failing to plan is planning to fail. And Carole said to me, "You ain't going to believe this, mate." I said, "What?" She said, "Do you know who's on tomorrow night?" I said, "No, I got no idea." Who was it, Annie?
Boyzlife.
Boyzlife, which is Brian McFadden out of Westlife, and
Keith Duffy out of Boyzone.
Oh, and Keith was also in Coronation Street for 10 years.
Well, I'm in Coronation Street. But for those that don't know, Boyzone and Westlife were two fantastic boy bands, both Irish, obviously.
Yeah.
And they're part of our, we've listened to them for years.
I'd not say part of our growing up, because
No.
One of their first hits was 1994, so I was quite grown up by then. And obviously, Ronan Keating was one of the main singers in one of those two bands, in Boyzone, wasn't it? Then we got wind of, they're going to be doing a meet and greet in the Squid and Anchor at 6:30.
Yeah.
And we thought, well, when we went to see The Chase, it was like the Jenny Ryan at The Chase.
Yeah.
It was like a bun fight.
It was really busy.
We thought, well, we're going to be all over this.
Yeah.
So we got to the Squid and Anchor at 4:15.
Yes.
Ready.
With Johnny and Will.
Yeah. Ready for our meet and greet with Boyzlife.
Yes.
So, because we're in there so early, one of the entertainment team come out. Right, we've now got our daily edition of the most difficult quiz on a cruise.
The hardest quiz of the week.
Oh, hardest quiz. Yeah, but there's one. Yeah, but it can't be the hardest quiz of the week because they have it every day. Because there's one on today as well. So yeah. But let me tell you how hard it is. Right, I got 2 out of 10, and I came second, and I missed out by 1 point.
Yes, it was a grand total of 2 out of 10. It was so hard.
It was like bonkers.
We were all sat there like, oh my god. Paul got 2.
There was teams. I was the first question, which was who sang the song "Am I Losing My Mind" in 1989, and Carole said, "Do you know that?" I said, "Yeah, it was Liza Minnelli," and I was the only person in the entire room that got that question right. And when he gave the answers out, there was teams that got 0.
Yeah.
That's how hard it was.
It was.
It wasn't
the
like
one question that really frustrated us, they asked, what is Chandler Bing's middle name in the series Friends? And we're thinking, oh my god, we watched Friends for years.
Yeah, we knew it was a girl's name.
Yeah, but don't say, so let us know in the comments below. Do you know it?
No Googling, no cheating. Claire, Google Claire, no Googling. I want your answers in the comments. So, the quiz finished. I didn't feel deflated because I thought I felt deflated when I had 2 out of 10. But once you start going through the questions, right halfway through, I said to Carole, "Do you know me with a shout here?" And just missed out. And then after that, they had
Bingo.
Bingo was about as successful as the quiz.
I don't know why I'm holding these up.
Like you don't know
but these, for Bingo, it was £5 for a book. You had 3 games, and the biggest prize at that time was £66 for the house. However, they've got a rollover and accumulation jackpot, haven't they?
Yeah,
which is currently up to £600.
It's what we used to call back in the day the snowball jackpot.
Yes.
And like I said, that's going up nicely. So the bingo finished. And we're all over this now.
With front row seats for the meter.
Let's get the drinking ready for, I know there's still an hour to go. And then the guy come on the microphone, "Oh, ladies and gentlemen, right, if you'd all like to make your way out of the Squid and Anchor now, because we have to clear the room and set it up ready for the meet and greet."
And we're like,
so
no!
we got there 2.25 hours early, and it made no difference at all. We got oofed out.
Yeah, we did. But anyway, we went back to the cabin, we got freshened up, and we came back at 6:30, and we got to meet the guys, and it was basically just a photo opportunity. Yeah. So we got a photo, which was brilliant.
What really surprised me is when we went up, Carole went up, and I shook both their hands, and they looked at us and they said, "Are you Paul and Carole Love to Travel?"
No, they didn't. But it was lovely to see them in the flesh.
Yeah.
Particularly Keith. But they're performing later in the evening, so we'll go into that in a minute.
It's just like I wasn't even there.
Right, so let's now tell you about Carole, one of the specialty dining venues on the Marella Voyager.
On the Marella what, sir?
Voyager.
We're on the Marella Voyager.
We are, Voyager.
Yes, found next door to Surf and Turf.
Yes.
It's $26.95 per person. We pre-booked.
Yes.
Now, when we did the Discovery, we did Surf and Turf and we did Carole, and they were both fantastic. We've already done Surf and Turf on here, and it was amazing. And this was Carole time. Now, I'm just going to do a very quick tangent. When we walked in, we were on the next table to Boyzlife.
I know we were.
So
they were sat behind us, and I was trying to get.
Despite the fact that we'd already met them and already had our photo taken with them, I'm still trying to get a picture of Carole pretending to smile at me, and they've both got their backs to me, and all I want them to do is just go like that or go like that. But we'd already met them anyway. Anyway, enough of that.
Yeah.
Our Carole experience started with something we'd never seen before.
Ready?
So it's a towel.
It's a towel. Scented towel.
Thank you. What do you think about that, Paulie? We've never had an expanding towel before, have we?
Willy Wonka that was. See that grow? This is very, very random. Smells quite nice.
So we've got 3 types of bread in there, or little crackers, isn't it, Paulie? And 3 little dips to start. Go for it, go for him for a...
That's bigger than I anticipated. So this is poppadom.
Yes.
I love mango chutney, so I'm going to go
Good. Well, I'm going to go for a little bit
tell you what,
spicy.
we've got a little bit of spice to it as well.
We like a bit of spice, don't we? So I'm going to go for a little bit of chilli. So she loves a chilli. Sweet chili sauce.
Try that. You'll be surprised at the after kick that gives. It's delicious. It's got a cheeky little after kick to it. It's good. Then it was time for the appetizers. I chose duck and watermelon salad, and Carole had chicken karaage.
So a starter come out. Look at my chicken. How awesome does that look? Look at Paulie's duck. That's like huge, isn't it?
It looks fabulous.
So my chicken is delicious, but Paul's combination of the duck and the watermelon, the salty and the sweet, is pretty awesome, isn't it, Paulie?
I always choose poorly.
Not this time.
I've never had anything like this before, because it's like I said, the duck is really crispy, the watermelon, delish, you've got cashews, you've got coriander, it's just...
Flavour sensation.
It is. After enjoying our fabulous starters, it was time for the main courses. And with lots to choose from, we decided to go for the thali experience.
So our mains have arrived. Look at this. We've got onion bhaji, obviously rice and some bread, but we've got a selection of 4 different curries. Can you remember their names, Paulie?
That's Takadal, Madras,
Kasmari.
Kismari and Makahani.
Yes, well done, Paulie. But look at that, so we can taste all these different 4. We've asked for hot because we love spicy food. So
Can I just tell you, it smells absolutely divine.
it does. Wow, that was absolutely delicious, isn't it? Well, mine was. Paul's still chomping mine and his.
Fabulous.
Different flavours. We asked for hot, and it's really spicy, but not too overpowering, but really, really good. So so I think Carole is like a big tick from you, Paulie Morgan.
Massive tick. And what's beautiful as well, we had beef, and the beef was just
tender.
Tender and succulent.
Yeah, This is $26.95, so per person. So if you want a special treat for an anniversary or birthday, then definitely, and you love Asian cuisine, then we definitely recommend Carole. So we have a little complimentary dessert from the chef, which is cornflower ball and coconut and pandia.
I heard there was a spandia in there, some coconut milk. I couldn't hear what he was saying. He was so quietly speaking to you, and I was just thought, well, he's gonna tell me when he gets here.
He didn't. Anyway, try it. This is it here, look.
So have I got to try and get it all on the spoon in one go?
Well, not all of that.
You know, I didn't mean the whole. I didn't mean the whole glassful. What have I got to try?
Take one side, one layer, so you got all bits and pieces. Do you like it? It's creamy and coconutty. Not your thing, really, is it? No. But it is my thing. I've really enjoyed it. It's very creamy.
Even though we were stuffed to the gunnels, we couldn't turn down dessert. Carole chose the cotton cheesecake, and I chose the banana hotoki.
So the desserts have arrived, and look at this. I've got a fruit type souffle cheesecake. Paulie's got banana pancake in it, Paulie.
I've got a Korean pancake with caramelised bananas and a cabbage leaf.
Well, that was absolutely delicious. Paul, yeah, he's full.
It's very heavy.
And we've had a fabulous service from Haj, yeah. It's been excellent, so thank you so much. But Paul's beaten.
Can't now.
He normally can finish everything.
It's a bamboo leaf.
Is that good for you if I eat that?
No, you can taste it.
Ah! No, thank you so much. Yes, so Paul is beaten, look. He can't finish his food. What have you got to say for yourself?
I am watching my figure. No, it's lovely.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's quite a heavy pancake. It's big.
Big,
it's
yeah.
thick. But in my defence, I said to Carole, I don't think I can eat a dessert. And you said, I'll get one anyway. But the caramelised banana and the ice cream was absolutely delicious. But it was all delicious.
Yeah, we're just stuffed. So yeah, so Carole was a real hit. So if you're coming on Marella Voyager, then make sure you book your spot. So after that fantastic meal in Carole, it was time for Boyzlife.
Boyzlife.
Yeah, so we decided to get into the theatre, and they did two shows, 1:30 and 10:30, and we decided to get into the theatre at least half an hour early. I'm glad we did, because we managed to get seats sort of third from the front, which we were glad. We didn't want to be, as we've said about the theatre, the stage is quite high, so about third or fourth row is perfect for you, isn't it, Paul? Yeah. And oh my, where'd you start?
At the very beginning, I thought, well, I'm going to enjoy this. But I never had any cognizance of how much I was going to enjoy it.
Cognizance?
Yes, I know. I'm throwing it out. I had a dictionary for breakfast. They were, from start to finish, funny, vocals were excellent, just a fab show that seemed to be over in the blink of an eye. It was one of them ones where you didn't want, if they'd have said, oh, we're going to do another hour, it'd have been like, go and get yourself a drink and come back. I'd have been all over it, because it was that good.
Yeah, we just sat there, and I just thought, you know, I sat there thinking, how lucky are we, isn't it? It's just, I felt very humbled. It was just lovely being there, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was just fantastic concert.
It was just, and the irony was, because of our being silly billies and staying out so late the night before, we were so tired that when we got there,
And so full after
Kora, but it just reignited.
It did.
Our enthusiasm for the night.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
So once the show finished, we went straight to bed.
We did. We were shattered.
It was fantastic. So we popped into the kitchens. We like to get ourselves a little fresh glass of milk or a glass of fresh milk ready for our coffee in the morning, which we did. And then we came in, I put the telly on for the first time and watched like a weird film called Johnny Dangerously for about half an hour, and it was rubbish, to be fair. And then
I was straight out.
Yeah, you were out like a light. And then we were off to Peeperson and ready for Livorno.
Yes. So stick with us and we'll tell you what we get up there. Get up there.
I'm going to tell you what we got up to. She's going to tell you what she got up there. Join us in episode 5 where we reach the port of Livorno. We show you more of this fabulous ship and we experience a show the likes of which we've never seen before.